and for some reason they always surprise. So very different scenario here with the roster, but it's still something to think about in that sense.
Well, it looks like the match is about to start, ladies and gentlemen. SK Gaming versus Penta. T-side start for the underdogs here. We'll have a look at their buy. Zen has got the Tech 9. He'll be dropping that to, I believe, HS. He'll become that Superman player. Here's the armor to go with it. And they've got one smoke, a couple of HE grenades as well. Those HE grenades presumably used towards Banana at the start. Stop the CT push, and then smoke CT spawn. And it should be a fast approach from what I can see from this buy. Now, could be heading towards T-steps, and I think it'll be exactly as we said. HE's going in. Stop the CT push, come through. No one there to receive, so Fallen out with the first shot. Can he nail this first headshot? He cannot. Has to fall back.
Fall back indeed. Fallen. Going to be sitting and waiting. Fur's got 2, make 3. Fallen has the lineup from CT. They've gone all in. Tunnel vision to Fallen, and Fur's sitting there completely unchallenged, picking off heads. It's perfect for SK.
Yeah, they went for that B rush, as described. Superman by at the start. He's got that best spawn, give him the Tech 9. He's got the armor. He's taking the grenades to their face. He's trying to find the first pick with the run and gun Tech 9 buy. HE's at the top, but the problem is the CTs are in a quite passive formation there. And Fallen, you can see him in CT spawn, takes all the aggro away from Fur. It's just a shooting range for him. Clicks off the headshots one by one. Doesn't even drop a single frag there. That's exactly the start SK needed, of course, not dropping a single frag, but Penta, I think they need to win this pistol, have a chance in this game. Doesn't happen for them. Will be forced buying here in the second round. Tech 9's Deagles, armor as well. HS, he does get the head armor out, but in terms of grenades, they have one smoke to work with here. And a Molotov as well, to be fair for Crystal. He hasn't bought any armor, like we said. He's the AWPer. Not so viable on the T side of Inferno, but we'll see what he can bring to the table here. And it looks like we have got 5 SMGs from SK. That's their pretty much standard buy these days. Not a lot of teams run this setup. Second round in. UMPs across the board. Fur, of course, the MP9, his favourite weapon, I think, at this point. He's down to 31 HP, known as one of the most aggressive players for SK Gaming.
Sunny's going to wait in Boiler. Cold outside on balcony, waiting to see if they'll get anything heading that direction. Sitting with Taco. Phelps going down, though, is going to make this a little bit interesting in the setup because Taco wants to anchor the pit, cover off Cold when they walk out the doorway, so quad side, that is. But Fur's already tagged up, and he's going to be the one to rotate, therefore, to the arch, the gap, and all of the defense right now. So Fallen has to play very aggressive, has to hold Banana early, and Penta actually have a chance to exploit the defense based on Fur's low HP in a tight choke point position, unless HS does that. Helps Fallen, because remember, the UMP at range is not what it used to be, but against pistols, it's still decent as Fallen proves and takes down HS.
Yeah, nice couple of kills there for Fallen. I guess HS certainly helps him out, but it's up to Sunny now. Desert Eagle wants to make this pick happen. The bomb's down at T-steps, but we'll see if he can find the first kill here. Won't be nailing the 1D just yet. 3 on 4, they still have a chance to win this round, but only one flashbang and a decoy to work with. I'm not believing just yet. As the bomb makes way towards middle, there's the final flash, and here comes the commitment.
Good positioning from Cold. That's exactly why they wanted this setup with Taco in the pit. Taco's done well. He's made it Cold going down, just the bomb remaining. Innocent tries to run just to plant that. Fur was already heading around the corner. He never would have gotten that far, and he's found first by Taco. 2-0. Some reinvestment required. They lose 2 SMGs, and interestingly, Cold's going to go right back to one of those UMPs.
Yeah, well, Fallen can drop the Tech 9 at this point as well. We know he'll bring out the AWP in that first gun round. Just for the looks of this buy as well, this is a safe play from him, considering he knows Penta will be on a Philly kit this time. Glock's P250s at best. You can see only about $300 invested per player here, and that's indeed the 2 P250 players, Innocent and Sunny. So a chance to farm some cash here. No rifles required as of yet, but we will have a heavy bonus round going into the number 4 here, meaning that the CTs will still have residual SMGs.
Ooh.
Fur, like we said, aggressive as usual, trying to get the first kills. This time nails the first one, doing damage as well. So Crystal takes him down to 13 HP, but Sunny's fighting back.
Good crossfire set from Cold. Covers off top of alt mid and mid, if you will, from Boiler, and then he'll back off. Taco's going to rotate around as well back through the apartments, and they'll cover off all of the A site by staying aggressive, having only lost Phelps. Fur as well burrowed in toward the tree, has Fallen covering him off from the half wall, so both players working off each other on both sites as Cold waits, spots his shoulder, sees it. Zen goes aggressive, spots another one back down toward the bottom of mid. That's going to put Fur in a position to start to attack. Nade goes through as Cold catches Sunny, and HS is trying to get a cheeky angle. Like Fur's already knows that he's there, pops up, down he goes.
Well, an interesting predicament coming up in round number 4. We do have 3 UMPs and third the MP9. He's quite happy to stay on that weapon for the gun rounds as well. Surely he upgrades it. Most players would, but they're going to try and keep the money strong here. And balance out is the double orb setup. Cold Zero and Fallen, one of the most formidable duos we have in CSGO in terms of double orb potential. Fur buys a Deagle to back up his MP9 from what I can see as well. So trying to keep the money as strong as possible here. SMG's up, double orb as well to bring a bit more firepower to the table. But you can see Crystal, he's only on the Tech 9 here. So he tries to save a bit of money, I guess. Maybe he has to drop a weapon for a teammate, but we're going to round number 4. And the aggressive play from the CTs is going to be Fallen boosted up to the broken wall position. Hits that shot, Crystal goes down.
Sunny around the corner. Spots the shoulder at the back side of the apartments. That's Taco, because Cold this time in the AWP finds the kill at mid instead.
Yeah, well, this is exactly what SK had to do. At the start of the round, knowing they didn't have rifles to work with, get those orbs aggressive. Let's try and get the first pick. They get 2 of them. Cold Zero in the middle, Fallen boosted up towards Banana as well. 5 on 3, job done. Fall back to the bomb sides. Initiate the crossfires. 3 players remaining for PENTA. Doesn't look like they have much of a game plan here. They'll be holding up towards the bottom of Banana, hoping a mistake is made, and that's as good as it's going to get, because no CT's going to be pushing this position now. You've won the round, essentially. Just need to hold up and wait for the PENTA commitment to come in.
Even with the AWP Fallen staying inside of the B side.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotten the advantage. Tight shot for him to hit, but he's sitting beside the stairs rather than the half wall, so he'll be able to back off that immediately and get inside of the site. The question is, they use for utility because they've got 1 flash. It goes Fallen, not caught by a good shot. And Fur's going to be just sitting and waiting on the boost. Drops down standard after getting 1 kill. And Sunny against 5 has nowhere to go at all. So good aggressive position from the AWPs. This SK pickup number 4. No needed reinvestment because they get AKs from the floor. So that's even better. The money is starting to accumulate quite quickly for the SK side. 10k on Fur, 9k on Taco.
This is literally the perfect start you can have on the CT side. You've gone into the first gun round with UMPs and a couple of orbs as well. Upgrade these UMPs to AKs, not giving any frags away as well. Your orb is hitting shots, Fallen's looking good. This is going to be a very difficult game now for PENTA to get back into. Round number 5, they get maximum loss bonus into the next round. We need $3,400 per player, so you can bring a partial buy to the table here in round number 5. Deagles, Tech 9s. No nades, that's a bit of a problem. They've got 1 smoke to work with here and a flashbang. Sunny makes his way towards bedroom nice and quickly, but he's the bait. You can see on the minimap he's by himself right now, trying to maybe find a first kill, get flashed up towards top and middle, try and take someone down the quad side, and his teammates presumably made their way towards B. Innocent will be joining him, so their objective at middle is to just find 1 frag and allow enough attention to be taken away towards that side of the map, while Zen and Co get ready at B.
So standard setup again for SK with Phelps at Arch. Fallen's waiting CT. Exactly this angle. For to flash him off potentially. Does have the flash in hand. And he goes deep. That's going to force them either forward or back. Segregate them entirely. He's Fallen gets smoked. He does hit 1 shot through the edge of the wall on HS. That's going to bring Fur back out because the flash already thrown down. He wants part of the action. Knows they're likely closer. Good time flash, though. He's got to crouch. They're so close. They'll be on top of him. They'll be on top of Fallen, but Fallen is still king. Takes down 2. Zen finally puts him down on a Deagle, but he's stuck between ruins and the site with nowhere to go. Unless he hits shots like that for the rest of the round, he'll open up something to work with by getting Fur toward Emo on a good Deagle shot. Looks for another one. Taco's engaging. Doesn't need to yet.
Problem is, Zen with the bomb's got to cross to the site now and try and find a plant here. Low HP as well. Only get the 1D. There's another opportunity for one, but that's the bomb drop. 10 seconds remaining. Sunny might get a couple more kills over the AWP. There's 1 actually hit the shot and will go down at the end as well. So a sliver of hope there for PENTA overall, but couldn't get the bomb down, couldn't cross to the site, and it's be Fallen once again. Finding 2 kills on the entrance, but now it's where things get interesting. I'm sure the orb comes out for PENTA, which indeed it does, for Crystal, of course. First gun run here to Tech 9, so money management hasn't exactly been fantastic for PENTA overall. They do have the AKs to accompany that orb, but as we discussed in the pre-game, the orb, especially for someone like Crystal, who I don't consider to be a world-class talent with the AWP, to find opening picks here, I'm not sure what the play's going to be. I guess wait for the aggression to come over the CT side and allow them to make mistakes, use hold lines and try and pick them off exactly what he's doing now at T steps to see if anyone decides to take an aggressive angle. Smoke coming in from HS, trying to get that basic control. Definitely a default to kick things off here in round number 6. HS and Zen holding Banana, waiting for the smokes to subside, but Fallen once again. Not boosted this time. It's holding the corner, looking for anyone to jump up in the logs or try to boost up perhaps.
Wait, incendiary down. I'll hold HS in place. They Molotov off at the logs, or excuse me, the sandbags instead. But Fallen, I think, spotted him when he went for the quick peek and then realized he was behind the wall. Tags HS down to 25, so another gun round for Penta. Already it's starting out with problems because they have nowhere to go inside of Banana. Flash goes over for pre-fires. They'll know he's behind the wall, therefore he has to back off. And he's stuck at sandbags on his own. Good shot, Fallen. Oh my goodness. I think he just clipped Fur as well, though, by accident on the second shot. It looked like it was over his back. Yeah, Fur's looking at him like, can you stop?
Yeah, please. Try my best here.
The third look was the best. We almost need a replay of that.
Well, 45 seconds now, and still Sunny on the other side of the map. They will be trying to finish towards B. Good news is, Fur low, they could take him down, and then there's a chance. If Fallen misses one shot, they have something to work with here, but he's baiting in Fur very nicely indeed. They won't have a chance to really check this position properly.
The problem is they just get enough of an angle, and then Fallen misses a shot. I take back, by the way, the damage on Fur. Phelps spraying them down. We'll go back to that in a minute. He's got a chance for a third bomb's been dropped. He catches out Crystal before found by Sunny. The assist did not come from Fallen, so the shot actually did go over his back as it looked, and someone else must have hit him at the exact same time through the wall. It turned. He did look at Fallen, definitely, as though to say the damage must have come from you, my friend, but it did not. So Cold gets the kill on Sunny. It goes 6-0. SK recover on the back of Phelps on a good rotation. Yeah,
you could see Penta just doing everything they can to cross towards the bombs at that point, looking very panicked indeed. Didn't have the smoke, presumably didn't quite catch whether they did to cross CT spawn. Refrag came in, they had a chance there, they had the man advantage. It was looking pretty decent overall, but then Phelps running and gunning.
So there's the first one, watch. This one goes just behind him, so it doesn't hit him.
Okay, well there you go. But yeah, you can see they didn't have smoke to work with, as you can see on the right-hand side of your screen right now. So trying to get the refrag on Phelps, one player jumping across with the knife out, hoping he can get towards the bomb site, almost gifted him the opportunity. I think they just have to challenge that point and try and get the frags.
You can see the epic coaching setup that PGL have utilized for this event. Valve's permission, of course, pretty awesome. Interestingly enough, both these teams not with a coach behind them right now. You told an interesting story about Nasu.
I did. So the guys are discussing him being behind them and actually having the chance to give his experience, obviously 1.6 legend. But when I spoke to him in the major qualifier, at least, he had a holiday booked for this event. So he's like, if the guys make it,
optimistic.
I can't actually attend. So I'm not sure whether he cancelled that. Maybe he is here. I didn't see him. So I'm assuming that actually happened. And unfortunately, they don't have their grizzled veteran with them.
Chance he is here. SK, no coach behind them, obviously. Dead's more managerial role. They haven't really had a coach since Zeus left.
Exactly.
And you've got Fallen brains. You may not need a coach, to be fair.
You'd just be getting in the way. He knows what he's up to. He's fine.
It's well regimented. Everyone he's brought into this team he's made work. Not every in-game leader has that ability. It's one thing to know the tools you have. It's one to know the ones that you don't and what you need. Phelps, in this moment, is going to make contact with the ball. They don't realize it as they jump over top of him even. And only manages one quick kill, but Fur is able to capitalize on the damage he does to HS and goes back for more as well. More will be 2 more. So 3 in total. Cold catches Sunny trying to rotate back toward where the bomb was dropped, and it's another round SK.
We saw these sort of T-halves from Penta at the minors, at the qualifiers, and what reinvigorated them, what got them into games was a player like Sunny in 1v3 situations. He'd have an amazing godlike round, and then they would start putting rounds on the board after that. Sunny hasn't really showed up as of yet. He's on 4 kills, but unfortunately the other star player, HS, -1 and 7. That's not great. Your 2 star players there, not really fragging. No one is on the team, to be fair. And SK, lights out, looking great so far.
It's also just worth noting as well, if Nasu's not here.
There's no tactical timeouts.
Well, that's what I was going to say. And SK not having a coach, you may see less tactical timeouts because it's not like you're trying to bring in the voice. You don't have to pause just to let the coach talk. But not that a pause are a bad idea.
7-0 down, right? You'd feel like, okay, we're getting absolutely wrecked at this point.
Yeah, take one.
We have 4 pauses available if not available. 30 seconds of time. Sure, you can't bring the coach in because he's not there. But you can at least just slow the pace down and work it out. As you can see, as I pointed out, -1 and 7 for HS. Star player, I'm sure he'll start arriving in this game eventually, but this looks more like a set piece now. This is not a default. They're trying to get map control. The Molotov deployed, smokes on either side, but Phelps ready and waiting. He's going to cause some damage here. Decides to fall back behind the smoke at this stage, but that's what Penta won. Use these smokes and try and get towards the bomb site, perhaps by wrapping round. Oh no.
Phelps. He's not sure which way to look. Still somehow gets 2 anyway. Zen, a little bit late to push through the smoke. Does respond, but it's not enough, especially if he's standing in the open with nowhere to go, waiting for teammates from quad, because Taco has a line onto him. Cold finds the following 2, and it goes 8-0.
So Penta, as I said, not a default that round, that was the set piece. Smoke towards the arch itself, inside the arch, one towards library as well, made themselves a little pathway towards the bomb site. Unfortunately, Phelps spotted a gap in that smoke and thought, well, if they try and get towards the bomb site, let's tuck myself in this corner, I'm going to find 2 frags. Great positioning by him, but an oversight from Penta generally. That looked a little bit too easy for SK, and surely this is the pause coming in from Penta. Take one, lads. Let's just work out what the players here. Your top players aren't killing anyone. It's looking pretty poor across the board. You're getting completely shut down with this double AWP setup. I don't think they found many kills since the gun rounds began. Round number 9, huge nades coming in. It's going to be a banana rush here. 3 players waiting for the other side. Perfect utility usage there. Falling with the first frag. 16 HP for Sunny. Smoked out as well. This rush has been completely thwarted. Nothing they can do. They know this round's over. Use this as a pause perhaps. Let's just chat about what's going on right now.
What an adjustment from SK as well, because Penta's not won banana yet. They threw in an ace play to try and catch them off.
Yeah.
And then SK goes, okay, well, if that didn't work, maybe they're just going to throw everything at B eventually, so they actually get 3 players there early.
Yep.
There's nothing Penta can do. Every read is broken.
Well, nothing seems to be working at all for Penta. I would say it has to be a pause next round. We've got to change something up here. But for now, Tech9's a few flashbangs. They have got a smoke as well. You can use that smoke towards library, but not in this position, I don't think. So they've already been flashing out the balcony itself. Try and get a refrag, a couple of players towards boiler perhaps. 50 seconds remaining. At this point, I'd say the very best I can hope for is maybe a couple of kills. I don't see this bomb going down, and a huge blunder comes in from the CT side. As we can see, one player in the pit, that's Taco with the AK-47. Very happy to take duels against his Tech9s at that range. He's going to have such an advantage as well. I guess if they come apartments, they don't have an amazing amount of coverage on it, but Cold Zera, he's at the arch. He can perfectly adjust and shoot them down if required.
Cold does find one on the ramp, trying to get through from quad. Meanwhile, it's Taco. Good read to get the doorway covered off from apartment after catching off Innocent pushing the site. And Cold's able to get a lot more aggressive and a lot closer as a result of the work done by Taco, so they have the crossfire. Perfect. How many plants have we had? That's the better... None.
0 plant.
Not a single plant on Inferno. I think that screams disaster.
Yeah, that's just testament to how badly it's going for them. Round number 10 coming in though. Still, this is not over, Matt. Like, I know it looks really bad, but post 3 or 4 rounds in the T7 Inferno, we still have a game, at least. But that's still... It's quite a tall order, all things considered. All about Crystal once again. HS still not fragging whatsoever. Still -1. Hate to see that for one of the young stars. First major for him.
Yeah, that's a really, really tough blow to the confidence, especially for a player that we said has been developing with this team throughout both the minor and the qualifier. In each game, he's looked better and better and better. He did have a really slow start. The first game they played in the minor was actually on Inferno. He had a very slow start on the T side.
Yeah.
He started off the CT side with a pistol ace, and
That's
that was
right,
sort of
yeah.
when we kind of awoke him. But this is a little different. Being at a major, playing world #1, and being -1 after 9 rounds.
Against tier 2 opposition as well, which they would have played coming into this, the mistakes were made. Chances are starting to find frags, but ooh, here we go. Now we have a 4-on-4 situation. Fallen much more aggressive than he had to be there. That's a crazy position to be in, but he gets 1 frag at least. Now, Sunny with a chance, can hear rotations. Maybe this is a chance to strike.
It's a good point as well about SK, in that, you know, a lot of teams, especially when they're the heavy favorites, and they have a lead like this, get a little bit sloppy. They just kind of want to finish it, look for some individual plays, have some fun. This is still a major, and it's very easy to get overconfident and have it cost you. I don't expect it will in this game, but I want to see the discipline from SK really rise above throughout this whole game to show us how serious they are about this event. They'll go more passive again now after Fallen goes down. Good read by Zen. Phelps is likely on the boost. Meanwhile, Fur does still exist on the site, but only with 12 HP. The first plant for Penta. They'll put it down with Zen and Innocent to play the post plant. Zen gets a little more aggressive toward the front side of Emo, so he can watch off Ruins and the walk-in from CT. And Innocent plays new box, and is going to flash Zen around the corner. Surely, they want to make sure they get aggressive and win this back because they're down a man. No push yet. There's kits, obviously, on all 3. A massive amount of money for SK to work with. And they'll start to go. Taco first to start peeking in from CT. Lets Fur with 12 HP wrap back around towards Zen. It's going to be spotted by Innocent, surely first. Shadow shows. A little bit of nerves from Zen, and that's going to catch them out because Cold able to handle it. Taco gets the kill, and just barely with time, I think A is going to pick it up. That's time to perfection as they go 10-0.
It's unbelievable how good SK Gaming are those retake situations. they're so calm, they wait for the percentage to be in their favor. They wait for all the smokes to go down, all the utility to be waiting for the T-side, and they're going in. Like you said, time to perfection. Doesn't get closer than that, but it works out for them. Go in, find the refrags, get the information required as well. You could feel it was tense. I felt like a bit nervous with them going into that situation. I thought, oh, they've left this one a little bit too late, I think. But still, it's absolutely perfect. 10-0. Penta with their first plant, and it's not going to be good enough, unfortunately. Double digits achieved by SK Gaming, and Penta this time, they were gifted opportunity there. Fallen so aggressive, but doesn't have to do that. No refrag potential there. No one with him. Goes down after finding one frag, sure, but they capitalize on that. The bomb gets planted, and unfortunately, that retake was too strong. Fallen once again, dancing around the flames. Trying to retreat now as he Molotov's off towards the tree area. No Zen might be around the corner here.
Flash high. He knows that Zen's likely there. That's why he flashes so far over to his right.
Good. Way too good. Just knows where everyone is, what challenges to take, calculated risks. Another 5 or 4.
How frustrating is that to play against as well?
Yeah. Sitting every shot. Just to know as well, Coldzera and Fallen both on 4 frags, both the opposite. HS trying to find his first kill. Can't do it quite yet, but they have got a chance. There it is. Takes down Coldzera now. 3 on 3. Phelps still waiting on the other side of the bomb site though.
Still on the goose egg, but 1 on the board. Or rather, not on the board.
Yeah.
But it's there. It counts. Phelps, Moto, already tagged up by HS. He's trying to pre-fire him out of the corner on only 15. He needs to utilize headshot positions and angles behind the boxes, and he's done that. He's got Phelps down. It's going to be Fur and Fallen to take back the site, both rotating over from B. Fallen misses the first shot on the AWP. This time it won't be timed and calculated. It'll be go. It'll be timing off each other, but not so much with the bomb. Good wall shot. Crystal, better shot in return. No first coming out of the apartments. Jumps through the smoke. And HS, finally awoken, is the one to win them the round. 10-1. Penta getting their first.
Yeah, there we go. Something to work with now. Getting that apartments control, sticking together. The refrags were decent as well. And HS, we needed a decent round from him. -1 up into this round. Gets 3 kills and brings his total to a grand total of 2, but finally they get something going here. The problem is now, we've lost the full reset bonus, so they will not be getting $3,400 per round if they lose the next one. That could spell the end of the game. They need to chain a few rounds in a row now to even have a chance of really getting it anywhere in the second half here. AKs across the board. Double orb set up for SK Gaming once again. Coldzera and Fallen. Coldzera, of course, towards top middle. We'll have a look at Fallen. Does he go as aggressive as he has been? Holds the corner for now. Molotovs to push him back. Still no pause coming from Penta, but they have posted around at least. Default for now. No set piece as of yet. Plenty of money for SK, as you mentioned.
Yeah, that's not really a concern. Slower pace this time for Penta after the win. And they go 2 bomb plants in a row now for Penta as well, so slight improvement. He goes out toward top man. Innocent takes that in brunt force. He goes down to 55 as they look closer and closer to Phelps at the archway. Smoke down. He wants to back toward Library because they've called for Fur based on all the utility to watch the arch, so they'll have a crossfire on both sides of the entrances to A. Fur realizes that Innocent has got around the corner. Additional smoke. They brought Fallen as well. With the smoke on Arch, he's going to back off. They don't have the information. Good entry from Crystal, meanwhile. Zen follows it up. They've got 1 down either side. Full wrap onto the A site, and Library going to be checked. Innocent to cover it off. They get aggressive. They get caught. Very, very good round from Penta.
Yeah, this is much better now. You can see they're more assertive, getting the picks they need as well. People starting to hit shots. 2 for Zen that round. He's had a quiet game, obviously, of course. But it's going to be 10-2 now. And they haven't quite broken the bank of SK just yet, but they're close. Win this round, they could actually post a reasonable half. Could be 10-5 after going 10-0 down. That would be a great turnaround for them. Nice play there. Just getting that mid-control. Players towards apartments, quad, and arch as well. The set smokes coming in. Same ones we saw. SK actually had numbers there as well. They read the play. 3 on the arch side, but it's getting out-aimed by the AK-47s. And now we find ourselves in an interesting situation. The family's coming over Phelps. The weakness is starting to show now as we go into round number 13. Double orb setup still rolling. Fallen holding a deeper line this time. He is getting challenged and countered, I think, with the grenades at the start. So Penta are aware of that. They're going to try and exploit it as well. HS, Zen, and Innocent working this area. Crystal with the bomb as well joins them. So this could be a full-on banana execution from the start. I think that's the play they need to do. To stay as a 5-man unit, tactics in mind, get them done. The defaults aren't working out for you. Let's try and get basic map control, then execute together.
Top of the fountain, by the way. It is a shame. You hate to see it. Fallen aggressive through the smoke, catches one off before they get inside of the site. They're slowing themselves up in a choke point as well, which gives Fur a line, but they overextend on the peaks, and Fallen misses a crucial shot that gives the trades back. It's all about the post-plant kills and timings as they'll leave Sunny out to watch Banana, Taco is going that direction. Phelps already posted inside of Ruins, has to wait for Cold to come around the corner, and Crystal's going to be staring CT down with an AWP. Good win from Sunny.
Yeah, this is looking good now. AK set up, taking Jules, but Crystal, he finds Cold Zera. Now the double orb set up to try and retake the bomb site. This shouldn't work out for them. This is very difficult. No kits available as well as the bomb ticks away.
Sunny's going to be a bit of an issue, though, because they're going to know that someone's likely inside of that quad position. And as soon as he pops, oh, they don't. I thought for sure Phelps would be staring it down with the AWP, waiting for the plant peak. It's on the Cold, but Sunny wins it. And Penta's got 3 in a row, and like you say, they limit the economy off of this.
Yeah, this could be the 10-5 now. I think SK have to take an eco as we enter round number 14, but there it is, the banana execution coming in. A little bit clumsy at the start. It was HS trying to surprise his opponent, to be fair. He's trying to win the point before the smoke deploys as the CT Patumi falls back. He tries to get the face in there. Fallen takes him down. That was the first shot, but decent job after that. The refrag's very strong indeed, and Crystal taken down by Cold Zera. He went for the attack on CT spawn. Here's the POV from Cold Zera, but here we go. It is a partial buy from SK. Some upgraded pistols, the scouts as well. Definitely a team to be very scary in these sort of rounds this time. Apparently not though. Scout taken down by Zen to be picked up by Cold Zera. He's got the armor to work with as well. Definitely a capable sniper as he holds the quad side.
Taco getting aggressive. Cold's going to follow in the same vein and take down Innocent back. AK grabbed. Oh, bomb. Bomb as well.
Oh dear.
It's in the hallway, intentionally dropped to be picked up when they wrap around. Cold spots one more going in toward the position and knows they're going to want that bomb back. Can't get aggressive enough. He may have done well to not shoot at Zen and surprise him when he went back up the stairs because Zen was ready for the fight. Phelps knows that bomb was still in there, but unfortunately it's been picked up since he's gone that direction. The one thing he will get is the AK that Cold dropped.
Well, at this point, saving the AK-47 seems like quite an attractive prospect for SK Gaming, I would say.
Yeah, they're going to save it.
Yeah, and there's another one as well. So that's actually pretty decent. Sure, they don't win the round, but they were going to be struggling into round number 15 as well. But what a turnaround from Penta. 10-0 down. As you said, it just took one round, kind of revitalized the team, and you can see they look much better as a unit after they got that first one. Broke the goose egg and actually look much stronger.
They are a much better CT team on this map as well. So,
well, at least they've
play
actually given themselves a few rounds to work with now, so they can actually afford to lose a pistol and still have some gun rounds to show us how good they can be. SK will be very happy this half, but has slipped away somewhat. Picking predictions there at the top, 97% in favour of SK Gaming. Makes sense, to be fair, like they are the world's #1 team right now. Penta, one of the challenges of this tournament, if you're not aware, they came through the minor system, and not a team you'd actually consider synonymous with top-tier Counter-Strike, but they have got a few kind of wild card players, likes of Sunny, which is a good round for him now. Zen as well seems to be the MVP so far for Penta with that AK-47, another finished player, looking very good indeed. So, round number 15, they get 10-5 here. We have got quite the game on our hands. Maybe double digits could be achieved.
Crystal. Just trying to fire through the smoke, see if he can catch anyone pushing toward barrels. No one will. Until now, they'll start to put late aggression on Banana. That deep smoke that SK took advantage of throwing is going to allow for again to anchor with Fallen to support it. Also, as we've often talked about, allows for an early rotation back over to A, which right now is where Penta is setting up top mid, Boiler and Apartments. Well, Zen's at least cautious of the fact that cognizant of the fact that he could just pop out at any moment.
Well, this is another fast play. 3 in Apartments. Final Kurin's coming in right now. It looks things. H is to go first. Then he finds his first strike. He can indeed look for the double. Now he's arriving as he cracks open the A bomb site single-handedly. And now Phelps, Fur, and Fallen to retaking a 5-on-3. Final round. No saving weapons here. Zen in position to find yet more frags here. And that should be the round concluded.
Penta, it took a while, but since HS has showed up in the rounds, they've started getting them. They've started accumulating them all the way through. It's just Phelps remaining against what was 5. He'll only get 1. Sunny pops back out. 10-5 the score. They absolutely recover, and like you say, give themselves a chance. It's definitely about playing the odds at this point in time.
Sure.
If they pick up the next pistol, we definitely have a game.
That's what it was all about for Penta. Just keeping it simple, I think. The defaults weren't working out for them, and they're just holding straight line formation across the map and trying to get really slow control, one by one, with simple smokes and flashes. This wasn't working out for them. As soon as they started just saying, right, default at the very start of the round, then set smokes. Let's just try and get middle quickly. Use those AKs to advantage, get the refrags going. Looked much better as a team at that point. Stop just trying to rush areas, and it actually was working out much nicer for them as a unit. And that's what it took. One round, they were 10-0 down. They finished 10-5. That's what we saw at the minor qualifiers as well, and the major qualifier. This team would be non-existent until they found one big play from the likes of Sunny, or Zen going wild, or HS with a pistol ace, something like that. And then they seem like a much better unit. They need something to get them going. And I think that's probably a struggle because they haven't got the coach with them there right now.
Yeah,
they didn't take not a single pause. Yep. What was that about?
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. I mean, it's fine, especially for a team like SK. If you don't have the coach, take advantage of it. But when you're down that badly, it's about slowing the pace as well, getting clear thoughts across. Because sometimes the communication can be very frantic. Everyone has an opinion on why they're losing and where they're being beaten. It's hard to get the message across. So it's important to slow down and get it very clearly in the team's head that you have a game plan, that you're going to play together, and you're going to play to win.
Sure. Well, either way, I have to say I'm impressed. PENTA coming back from that sort of deficit, giving themselves a fighting chance. If they win the pistol, still have a chance of winning this game. Like he said, they are a better CT side. They're going to number one in the second half, of course. Have a look at the buy for SK Gaming. More technical than we saw in the first half. We can see 2 smokes this time. A couple of flashbangs and HEs as well. The HEs presumably using the same sort of manner to push the CTs back towards Banana. Potentially not those. We only have one player heading towards that side of the map. That's Phelps. So upgraded pistols, Glocks across the board, 4 towards second middle. The nades used towards Boiler, in fact. So the CT's trying to get aggressive here. Sunny pushes down Banana. As we said, Phelps waiting for him on the other side. Big pistol here. PENTA can get this. They have a shout with this game, but if they don't, I'd say it's potentially game over, but we'll see. Bomb's still in second middle for now. We have got Fur getting some basic Boiler control as well. Still those 2 smokes, so you can use those smokes towards the library side, just in front of it, so you block off that side of the map for any rotating arch players. And you can also use it towards the bomb side itself. We'll see where they decide to go. In front of the pit, for example, as well. The flashbangs give them mid control. But that's all they want for the looks of things here. The bomb makes its way back towards middle. So leaving Fur in mid. Use some flashbangs to get that. The CTs have no information now. They don't know, is there anyone in middle? Is there anyone in apartments? They actually are falling back to the bomb site completely. We still have those 2 smokes available. Sunny waiting by himself will be here. If he goes down about a frag and they can smoke off towards CT spawn on the site, this could be a massive problem.
Pushed back already. They have to rotate Zen back around because he doesn't have the information anymore. Very, very passive setup on A, by the way, with HS inside of the site. That may not matter. That may be about more timing of the rotation at this point because it looks like B is absolutely the go spot for SK. Smoke's already down at Coffin. Sunny tries to put himself on top of them, but has to back off and face away because through the smokes they even have a shot with Phelps rushing and Fur wrapping. It's going to be Zen down at New Box. Smoke still exists towards CT that will allow the CTs to get closer by going across and getting Ruins quick enough for Crystal to find a kill on Fall, and still need to get back in the site. Crystal will pick up the kit. It was downed in the hands of Sunny early on. Cubby's covered. 2 players on Banana. They've got peak control toward the bomb. +2 in the site to fight. HS knows the plan. Crystal's going to save him by getting the player at New Box down. He can focus on Phelps, but he still can't find the shots. Phelps not overcommitted. Good shots, Crystal and HS. They still make it work with 1 HP for HS. And Cold taken out of it. PENTA, what a retake.
Good lord, Crystal hitting some phenomenal shots there with the silenced USP. Very good job by him. That was textbook Counter-Strike from SK Gaming to begin with as well. Slow at the start, get that mid-control, push the CDs back to very passive hold as well. Leave 1 player there. Get your way in towards Banana, smokes down at Coffins. We do have smokes and CD spawn as well, and then the bomb was down. Man advantage, you think they're going to run away with that round, but no. PENTA coming in from Ruins, it's Crystal to hit every single shot, and I think I did just hear a pause.
Our first pause. Which may be from SK to talk about, guys, we've now lost 6 in a row.
This looks more
many rounds.
Because he's talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could be right. Yeah, the team's not talking. I had a theory, but I thought maybe SK went for it because 6 rounds in a row and they lose a pistol where they absolutely had control. And the smoke as well towards CT actually helped the CTs. It was SK's on entry that put it there, but PENTA was able to rush quickly enough to Ruins. And everyone, yeah, so definitely technical because we've had everyone on the server killed off and brought back into the round. So a quick little match medic for whatever reason.
So he got one for the smoke. That was the shot we didn't quite catch, but Crystal looked so good in that. It's very calm. Didn't overcommit over his teammates to join him as well. Just nailed absolutely everything. Amazing retake there from the CT. There's Crystal on your screen right now. 10-6. PENTA. Now I have a shout to actually win this game. SK looked so good in the first 10 rounds. 10-0 up. Now they've lost 6 in a row. Technical pause comes in, and indeed, we do see the force buy mat on the second round. This is a bit out there. Normally with the bomb down and pistol, you're buying at the AKs on the third, having the superior firepower. This is certainly an approach you can go with. It can work out for you, but normally you want to bring maybe an AK or 2 in the second round, but they've gone for utility and the Tech 9s, CZs as well. Tackle with the Deagle. It's a surprise play. CDs won't be expecting this, but they've bought rifles as well. they're ready for the next round. And UMPs, then fours. Tech9s go towards middle, smoked out for now, but 4 players waiting. Flash up.
Good shots from Sunny. Good lineup. Cold's going to help him by taking down Fallen. We might as well call it a double. We'll call it, ooh, not quite a triple. Nade does significant damage, but doesn't clean the kill. Phelps on 3. Palm down on the archway, though, so another round Penta. We go 10-7. It's just a waiting game for the round to end, and it does.
Crack's starting to show now, Matthew.
Yeah, it's not exactly what you want. If you're SK, you would have wanted to sweep this game and show everyone that you're in it to win it from the very beginning of this tournament, because this could be one of the most closely contested majors of all time.
Absolutely. It's SK now losing 7 rounds in a row. They won 10 in a row, right? But Penta close to equaling that. That's the scary prospect, and now it's a full eco. Had they ecoed in the previous round, they'd have AKs, armor this time up against the 3 UMPs and M4s, and that seems to me the more sensible option. But SK took confidence in their own ability, tried to shut it down in that round, didn't really work out for them. Sunny, like you said, almost getting the triple with some help from coldzera as well, and I like this from Sunny. Pushing in aggressive, trying to shut down these initial players, and they've got full ecos here. Don't let them get any map control. Shut it down before they have a chance, but coldzera, he's waiting an underpass. Takes down one of the aggressive CTE players. I think that'll call for them to fall back at this point. They still have banana control as well, 2 towards top middle, one of which is falling back to the bomb side. But that's what a lot of teams like to do on these sort of rounds, is quickly farm as much money as you can, throw the UMPs down towards the bottom of mid. 1 minute 20 remaining. Shouldn't be anything SK can do about this one, but coldzera surely doesn't get 2 kills per his angle.
He didn't see him. Zen did not see him at all. I thought Cold was just going to get a headshot on reaction timing.
Yeah.
Now Zen's looking that direction, perhaps. So I may take back the fact that he didn't see him. There's nowhere else to look, so Zen's considering it. Come out wherever you are.
Well then. UMP picked up, and coldzera with a second frag with that P250. Now this gets dangerous.
Baited in, though. That was quite clever, actually, from SK.
Actually have the man advantage as well now. Presumably we'll recover that fallen weapon as well. No nades. That's a bit of an issue, but HS only on an MP9. He's holding towards the A side of the map of a teammate, but here we go. Coming over towards B.
Oh, he's being picked apart. He's got to run. The fact that Zen got caught so far down the middle and Cold had spotted him go by meant that he baited himself back in and he was left alone. They've got no information toward Banana. Good rotation from Crystal, but Innocent got taken out first. Tonko and Fallen pestering him all the way back to New Box. Bomb good timing out for the plants. Good hold from coldzera, therefore, to take out Crystal, so he can't get the post plant immediately, and it's HS with 3 HP. SK could steal the momentum here and now, finding 11th round before they were potentially due for it.
That's going to be Penta feeling absolutely gutted with that. Full eco for SK, a few PT50s, that's it. They decided to go aggressive. Sure, a lot of teams do that, but it's not required at all. That's not how you're going to win the round. That's how you just make sure you win as quickly as possible and then allow them to even think about what's happened. But HS giving a good go. I don't think we're going to defuse the bomb because he's got 3 HP and still has to find another kill here. coldzera gives himself up. HS will find all the kills, farms from Cash at least. He gets 3 in total. As we knew, he actually had a really rough start. Was he a 0 and 10 at one stage? So, still, SK Gaming, PT50s, and they win the round. That's going to be quite annoying for Penta. Still plenty of money to work with, but still, that's something they couldn't afford to give away. PT50 shots from coldzera there, from the underpass as well, of all the positions. Gets the third. Crystal, that was the key frag there. If Crystal could have potentially shut them down across all the bomb side, just 1 kill there gives HS a chance, but unfortunately with nothing, coldzera steals the round away. Number 19 now, 11-7 overall. 4 M4A4s and Sunny with the MP9. It's not looking too great, to be fair, but we'll see if they can recover.
Holland pushed off the angle. Only for a snippet of time, he's back on it. He's watching toward barrels. That will allow the advancement. In fact, he's going to advance himself. He leads the way thus far. Tonko wants to get up alt middle and join. Fur. Inside a boiler as well with a smoke out to support. Now that bounced a lot and clearly tagged up a human body. So Fur will have known that someone was close. Keyword was. He won't know exactly where Sunny has gone. Tries to get the spot toward Arch. Backs off immediately because he knows he's being countered. All the while that this goes on.
Deploying flashbang.
Bomb's indecisive and Cold's hands at the bottom of mid to see if anyone's going to peek from top. But Phelps and Fallen at the top of Banana with Innocent and Zen waiting patiently.
Throwing smoke.
patient they might wait, that's fine, but you've got 3 smokes and 3 Molotovs. I emphasize the 3 Molotovs. Cold with 1, Phelps, and Taco with the other, who's not quite there yet. But 3 Molotovs is old school SK, previous version of Inferno entry tactics. Zen's positioning could actually counter it off. I'm not sure how they land on the new one if they go for this, and they are going to go for this. So they'll try and land 1 oranges 1, 1 oranges 2, and if they can hit it, and it's a lot harder now without the white fence, at new box as well. The question is, I don't know where it bounces in this version, and if it catches it, they failed it. It didn't even land anyway. It hit the roof, so they won't have the angles covered off. The whole point is the left side's clear, and the failure of the Molotovs means it's absolutely not. Zen gets Cold down. He's able to follow up on Phelps. Innocent pops out to get Fur, and it's a missed play by SK that allows Penta to capitalize.
People will not realize how big a deal that is. They just assume, oh, it's just 1 Molotov. What difference would that have made? But the thing is, in that set piece and the way you're playing that tactic, you're trained not to look at that position. You think it's Molotov, you're looking elsewhere, right? And you don't really get the call where you miss from Molotov. You might hear it, it's exploded a little bit too soon, but still, you're running in. That communication might not have come through, and then it's just easy pickings for Penta that time. You can see it's a mess. They're trying to adjust and work out where the misthrown Molotov was, and that's really, really good from the Penta side now. Recovering after losing the previous round, that's before SK down to a 4 spy. Tech9 once again. CZ still have a chance to win these rounds, of course. Penalty. It's going to be another eco for them. Crystal with the first shot as well. Aggressively he takes down Phelps. 5 and 4 just like that. And now up to the apartment's position. Bomb will be towards top and middle as well. Penta could be tying this game up. Be a full eco next round, but we'll see. Still have to win this one, of course.
Fallen with the Tech9, gets a little more aggressive. Becomes an economic battle now. If Penta can build out a lead, stretch anything right now with the Tech9s up, they're going to be in a perfect position, and SK is going to be fighting from behind to get back into this game to break them down at 11-9, which is where we are just about 11 HP away on Fallen.
Yeah.
And 5 staying alive, exactly the point I was making. Have to do this efficiently.
Keep 5 alive though, just like that as well. Clean sweep there from Penta, the full commitment from SK Gaming. No loss bonus to work with, of course, as well. This has to be an eco now. We're going to be at 11-10. Who would have thought, after being 10-0 down, Penta could actually be over the shower of winning this game? That's absolutely insane. But SK, they have won a full eco before. Penta rushing towards him, of course. Didn't have to do that. I'm sure they won't make the same mistake again. They've got orbs this time and AKs as well. So Zen of the UMP, he could do the same thing. I don't think they will, though. They're up against Glocks and a CZ. Let's not give anything away. Let's ensure we actually get to double figures here. We said that was certainly a possibility with this matchup, considering the sort of form we see from SK, especially in the early stages. Bomb drops, banana rush, completely shut down. Good Molotov as well. Rotating players over, good grenades as well. This round's done. Clean sweep should be Zen trying to get all 5. Edison chimes in as well. And he gets the last couple of frags. So not too much of an exciting round there. Penta locking down a B rush. 11-10 is your overall score, and still the money not great, but there's enough for AK-47s, no orb for sure. They'll get the AKs and armor, but won't have the full array of utility. They'll have the smokes, but want to have all the Molotovs they require.
Zen has caught Cold at the top of the leaderboard, 18 apiece. Kill distribution's pretty much dead even on both sides, 14, 14, 10, 9, the rest of Penta, 13, 15, 11, 8, the rest of SK.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Considering the discrepancy when we were at 10-0, we still at HS at -1.
Yeah, that's bizarre, isn't it? Well, what a game it's turned out to be. We'll get into round number 22. AKs across the board, as we mentioned. Wallbang damage coming in. Not much, but some. As SK do take control of the apartments here. Default for sure, but they are actually focusing towards middle range and leaving Banana completely open. So this will be a commitment very early on into the round from what I can see. They can't really afford to go back towards Banana. They don't have the orbs set up there. So smokes will be deployed from what I can see towards the arch and towards library as well. That looked like a misthrown smoke to me. That might shut down what they wanted to do. But we'll have a look. Yeah, that's smoke for sure. There was misthrown from the boiler.
So this is actually something to note. They've missed Molotovs where they're normally known for that execute. That is their execute. They're the team that does that. They invented that. And they're missing smokes that are relatively easy. Okay, yes, they've been playing a lot of events, but they're looking rather sloppy in this game.
Yeah, T-side for sure. Well, here we go then. Then we'll go towards Arch at least, but Crystal's there at the AWP. Finds the first kill. Roxy challenge for the second as well. Can't quite find the timing just yet, but they're going towards B. It's a banana split, but CT's very aware of the prospect of that.
Fallen, the only one that made it through. The job of Cold had to be to slow down the rest of the rotations to at least allow Taco and Phelps the way through, but Innocent burns Phelps alive. as a result, he's able to rotate around before Zen goes down. So Taco's on his own. Cold's going to be chased by HS. It's going to keep him far away from the action. It's another round. This is going to go 11-11. I can't see, unless Taco goes absolutely massive.
He can do something with this.
He might be able to get the angle. Innocent spots him on a shoulder peek. And Cold has to sit back 9 seconds. Round done. 11-11 indeed. SK, it's absolutely a struggle.
Those are 2 executions now, as you called. So, towards Banana, misthrown Molotovs, misthrown smokes. The timing was off as well, a bit chaotic. This time, same thing, but towards middle. Default, very slow on the start, then went to that full execution towards the A side of the map, wanted to smoke towards Arch, Library, and then there was a key smoke that had to be thrown towards Quad from what I can see as well. That was completely misthrown, bounced off the woodwork of the boiler room, and at that point you can see there's like, oh, what do we do now? That angle's open, we can't really commit. And they went for it, but it was still discombobulated. Didn't look like that was the execution they wanted to do, uncomfortable, as you said. Falling the only player going through as well, presumably missing a smoke that allowed the whole team to actually have a chance to go through as a unit. Then Molotov out, CT's expecting it. This is looking pretty dire from SK now. 11-11 after being 10-0 up. SK are crumbling. Misthrown HE there, but not a huge deal on the CT side. I'll have to say
just
that.
hate to see it.
Yeah, but this will be the partial buy from SK. Sure, it's a bit heavier than that. They've got an AK to go with as well. They still have about $1,000 per player, and they get maximum loss bonus next round. So this will be what Penta will be about expecting. You know, it's absolutely fine. But the AK-47 for Cold Zera. And throw number 23. Surely Penta don't take the lead after the initial deficit. I don't think anyone could have saw that coming.
So smoke down. This scoreline, it's 11-1 for Penta now.
Yeah.
After being 10-0 down. This is just not at all what anyone would have expected. I mean, like I said, it's a momentum-based map, but not typically like this. Yeah. This is something else.
Yeah, normally I'd skip like 2 or 3 rounds in a row, maybe 4, but this is bananas.
Ooh. Crystal's got a sense. Nearly got it right. Smoke down Arch for Fur to wrap around Tech 9. Fast, not fast enough. Cold Zero. I was going to say follow up, and the AK, though, does get the shot. I thought Crystal was going to beat him for that as well. And he's pushed immediately through Archway. In fact, they all have, but Innocent's going to catch them from Library. Information relay. Their saving grace this time was the early rotation. And therefore, Zen is the only one to beat Cold. Has to catch it, has to win it, but he's got to get away from Innocent. Watch out, because Cold does the right thing. He's still the one with the bomb, and Innocent has arrived to take him down immediately. Taco's tagged. They don't have the range. Phelps is the one with the AK. He's planting, so Taco cannot peek. And when he does, bomb's already dropped. This still is absolutely Penta's round. They're going to take the lead. He's not even got the plant. He's missed. He's done. AK has to save it at this point in time. HS puts him down.
That was looking like an SK round all day long. Cold Zero hitting some shots there. The good split towards CT spawn and the B site as well. And you can see just one player waiting for them as well. That was Zen. Got taken down. I thought that was a chance, but Innocent comes in with the perfect time, I have to say as well. The fact he takes down the bomber, Cold Zero at that point as well, that actually gives them the lead. 12-11. Taco did what he could there, but it wasn't quite enough. Didn't even get one kill. Does he die after time? I don't believe he did.
No, it was just before.
So he's fine. So he can still buy here. Like we said, maximum loss rate is going into this round, but 10-0 down. Just to reiterate one more time, Penta now have the lead, 12-11. And on the CT side of Inferno as well, arguably the easiest side of the map, where they feel more comfortable, we know that, as from this team especially, up against a sloppy-looking SK Gaming. The executions have been poor. Not what we've come to expect from them. Like you said, on Inferno, they set the tone for the map, how it should be played in this previous iteration, right? They showed us what the executions could be like, how beautiful they could be when they're done perfectly. That's not coming out at all so far.
We know how awkward these Swiss systems get as well when upsets happen.
Yeah.
And Penta in majors, I used to look at this, the scoreboards in majors, going into previous ones, for example, E-League, and I look back and I go, how did Penta ever make the playoffs?
Sure.
Starting off 1-0 against the world's best team. Okay, yes, it's still a long process to get through both sides, the up and bottom. It's bottom and top of the Swiss bracket, but this is an incredible victory if they win it. If they're able to close this would be something else.
Yeah, it really would set the tone for the tournament. They haven't really had any upsets today. They've been pretty usual results as expected, but this would be one of the biggest upsets of the year. Like next to this and Space Soldiers winning in Clone last week against the same team. That's kind of nuts. It happens in like the 2-week period.
So Fur with smoke in the door. Sprays in it. They know he's there anyway. He's already shot through the window, so no sense being secretive.
Well, This is a solid default from SK. Apartments control obtained. Phelps still towards Banana, but they're going for that mid control here. Very common for the CD to go very passive in this version of Inferno as well. Orpa holds towards Arch. 2 players on the side as well. That's exactly what's happening. Crystal, very deep line here. Just looking towards the corner, trying to find the first frag. They still have smokes to work with here, but not much. As the flashbangs will be coming in momentarily. This will be the commitment towards the A side of the map. To go first for Crystal. I called him out in the pre-game. He's looked phenomenal in the CT half. Very good. Just getting that one frag and falling back. Disciplined stuff.
And SK starting to just walk into things, being optimistic. Smoke down Sunny in the corner. Fallen tries to pre-fire it, but Sunny counters it off with an instant shot back in return, and then drops down to find Taco. The wraparound's not worked. It's Cold versus 4. He's heard a player jump across. Spotted Sunny. He's got the shot set toward Crystal, and he can't even win that. We go 13-11 for Penta.
Crystal's looking so good right now. That AWP stuff, just to reiterate as well. The fact is, he's not getting the flashes kills, he's getting them one by one, like getting one sitting. Like, he's just getting that kill, back towards Arch, holds a different line, gets another, back to his teammates, throwing the flashbangs in as well, keeping his teammates alive with the flashbangs towards quad, allowing Sunny to have those amazing plays. And now the pressure really is being applied to SK Gaming. They're force firing into this round. Galil's, 2 of those. CZ, Deagles, 1 AK, 13-11 down. SK Gaming up to 10-0 up. This round could be it. This could be the GG. We'll see what they can do. They still have $1,000 on Cold Zera, but everyone else fully invested here. It's not looking too good, but it's enough to work with him. Round number 25. Crystal this time with the AWP. Not towards Arch, watching the apartment's position. And we do have some early Banana control. Phelps, Fallen, Taco, Fur. Commitment before was poor. Missed Molotovs, but don't really have that problem this time. They've only got one of those to work with. Maybe a contact player that's walking to the side and hope for the best. See if he can get that first pick. Fallen to challenge first. Looking towards Coffins. Can he find a shot?
Can't do it yet. Zed trying to peek back out from Nubox, takes the bomb carrier and Fallen. Molotov goes off to his right. He'll immediately extinguish it to try and hold his ground. He's on 5 HP. They have to get him. They have to get him now, and they do. Gives them the man advantage in the site with the AK's M4 and the Galil. Now a second M4 for Cold after he takes down HS. Sunny on the re-entrance, though, already finds a kill. Taco peeks out, knows where he is, gets into water, and he's waiting for the peek to come back in from Banana. Missed thrown smoke and throws right back around. Sunny's a sitting duck, and SK, their first round in a long time. They won round 3 of the half. They give up 6 in a row. They pick up this one, but that's only 2 in the last 12. Actually, excuse me, more than that. It's 2 in the last 13.
Yeah. Wow. SK Gaming, a bit of a lifeline there.
That math's still wrong. 50.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great, but
fine. Don't worry about
the
it.
point still stands.
Never do math live on stream.
Round number 26. That's a bit of a lifeline for SK, I have to say. CZs, Deagles, a couple of Galils and 1 AK as well. Contact play towards B, hoping to get that initial shot, which they certainly do. And Zen, at that point, trying to buy as much time as he possibly could. Sure, he's been detected in a new box. Then Molotov him, he just drops the smoke, trying to buy himself as much as he can. Wasn't quite enough. Sunny did a decent job there, but it's going to be 13-12. SK pull one back. This round important though. This could be the biggest round in the entire game. This is a reset potential now. But Far, assertive, takes down Crystal. That's the orb shut down. He's committing towards our side as well. Everybody's waiting for them. This is the duel that counts, and they managed to win it.
HS catches Taco dropping in. Good shot from Fallen. Catches off Innocent up close, and HS is going to be completely limited. He's stuck in the pit. Smoke down everywhere as Taco gets a shot in the sight. Cold goes hunting and finds Zen on rotation. 13-13, they're back in it.
Yeah, much faster Counter-Strike now. Lack of respect and showing that they are the better team on the server. But SK, still, that was one of the biggest rounds, as I was trying to deliver you at the beginning of that one. It was, the fact is, if they lose that one, they're fully reset, and Penta go up 14-13. That could have been the GG, but they had a clean sweep there, pushing up towards the top of middle, finding that first frag. Crystal's been the problem. He's had too much freedom. He's had way too much comfort to work with there, so they're actually shutting him down. Decent flashbangs, find the frag on him first. Sunny coming for the refrags as well, can't get anything done. And this could be it for either side. 13-13. Money breaks for Penta. They drop this round, so they will not have the orb available. She's been so strong for them. M4s across the board. Full array of utility and defuse kits, but here we go. Banana control obtained. Same story for Palmas as well for SK. Bomb still down at T-steps. CT's not giving much away. Similar setup. 2 towards the site and Pip. 1 Arch. That would indeed be Crystal. Holding the same position, but obviously can't have as much firepower here.
Sunny's going to back off toward HS.
Grenade out.
So rather than having the pit and the balcony, which we saw repetitively from SK, they've got quad and graveyard, which gives HS a little bit better angle to support Sunny and still be able to cover off the apartments if he's needed to. Rather in pit, it's a little bit tougher to hit the headshot angle, currently in this style of Inferno, that is. Crystal smoked off at Archway is going to wrap back through, allow them to push around and potentially, if he needs to, if he gets smoked again, go toward Library, but they aren't looking like they're going to smoke him just yet. Instead, it's bounce Molotov toward the Cubby. Phelps getting ever closer to Sunny, needs to at least hold true and keep him busy. Does win the exchange. Cold follows it because they need to get the player. Oh, good spot from HS out on the park. HS backing up in Graveyard. It nearly disallowed it. Taco's on 16, Cold on 5, and Bomb will go down with 11 seconds remaining. As the rotations come in, it has to be perfect in the post plant from SK. There's Kit on Zen, and I believe another one down in the site. As Innocent is out of it, that's the only Kit that will matter. Good shot from Cold in the AWP up to the corner. Holds the angle as well, and SK take back the lead late.
coldzera, 4 kills in total, especially with that AWP as well. Like he said, both low, 2 on 2. They know if the CDs get close to the bomb site, not going to stand a single chance there. So he has to go combat orb mode. Managing to take down that first pick of Library, it makes a lot of sense. Hits both shots required there, and SK take the lead once more. 14-13. Very exciting CS going on right now. Penta and a few chances to close this game out, but 3 in a row for SK Gaming. We're going to try number 28 here. M4's available still, but this is pretty much the last fight. The Penta lose this round, I'd say that's game over. So UMP for Innocent, 4 M4s, 1 kit, no incendiaries, and SK look like they've kind of balanced things out once again. The faster paced play, the lack of respect is getting up as a unit, seems to be working out for them. Gone away from those sloppy executions and slow defaults.
And whatever works, whatever's going to break Penta at this point, just get the win. But it is concerning, especially that Molotov one, because that's something they never used to miss. And they haven't been as proficient with it since the new Inferno came out. And it's, I think, more because of the fact that they've been struggling to ascertain banana control. To get the positions to do it, you have to be a little bit more aggressive from where you throw them as well, which means someone could peek you from CT. I never really thought it was the execution itself they were struggling with, I guess is my point, but that was pretty sloppy.
1 minute remaining here. Good utility usage by Penta. That's bought them some more time towards the top and middle. They're going to need every second they can get here. Try and make things uncomfortable for SK generally. Same setup. We have got, indeed, Sunny baited in towards garbage this time. So if you have a look at Crystal, he'll be trying to take as much aggro away as he can. He hasn't had this setup as of yet. They'll be focusing on him and trying to take him down. Now Sunny baited in. He needs to show presence and show he's still there, which he's doing. He needs to fire some shots now. Just there it is. And now Sunny trying to take him.
Oh, doesn't. Only manages one. Sunny had to come away with both of them. That gives Cold an unleashed position. He takes down HS as well. Bomb's still down at the bottom of it, so he's got more work to do, but Cold is lighting it up.
Yeah, 4 kills again. What can you do when you take those sort of shots though? Going for the ace, can't quite find it. Zen has a chance here, 2 versus 1. 5 seconds and the bomb goes down. Doesn't get planted. Zen now, really difficult situation, still has a chance.
Stuck in Moto. He's got to go. His smoke is very, very poorly thrown, but Taco doesn't care, goes out for it. There's more to deter the fact that he had the angle from the Cubby itself, and SK find map point. After being 10-0 up and 12-11, or 11-12 down, they find map point.
Crazy game. That was so good though from Penta. It's a nice adjustment. It kind of built up exactly as I said. Just fire a few shots, bait it in, throw the flashbang, get that first kill. Even if you go down, it's fine. Sunny with the amazing lineup there. The one time he had to deliver double frag, which he's been doing all game, he can't put it off. coldzera, he's finding some amazing form here to close this one out. 15-13, 4 rounds in a row. It's not really enough for a full buy here for Penta. 4 UMPs and a FAM. As I said, if they lost that previous round, that could be it. All in now. SMGs and a FAMAS. That's one they have to rely on. Zen and Innocent, of course, holding towards Banana. 3 players already at the top from SK. They know the money's going to be low here. An execution at this point, this would be the perfect time to do. You know the money's poor. They won't have the AWP to hold you off. They won't necessarily have incendiaries either. So maybe that's just a play to finish things off here. 2 players towards the apartment still. One player getting boosted up. That's Sunny. So they have got 3 players on this side of the map for now. But falling back is SK. 2 players to hold on to everything here. Crystal, top and middle with the FAMAS, has to hit at least a couple of kills to stand a chance.
Incendiary out.
He jumps like that too, so he can't get pre-fired and headshot. Just so you know, like he's just trying to take some shots and fall back.
Smoke.
2 players only on A, with no information, and it's going to be the floodgates open there for SK jumping down. The shot for SHS, but it's only one as Cold snaps from his left after taking down Crystal, the player you said was jumping and falling back, and then getting HS means everyone's got to rotate back over. Smoke still at the top of middle. Innocent won't be able to push through because Fallen is waiting underneath at quad. Easily pops back out as they get in his line of sight, and it's down to just one remaining. Zen is all that's left. Penta fought valiantly, I have to say, an incredible comeback. Sloppy from SK, but you got to admire their mentality to do so against the world's best as SK take up round number 16 and the win and will go 1-0, but it's not like it would have gone, or at least we would have expected it would have gone at 10-0.
That's a hollow victory, I have to say, for SK. The fact they had such a huge lead, sure, in the Swiss system, a win's a win, right? Doesn't really